Pope Francis has made some new appointments on a committee that oversees the awarding of public contracts by the Vatican. EWTN News correspondent Colm Flynn joins us now. So, Colm, what can you tell us about these changes?
Good evening, Tracy. Well, Pope Francis has appointed Cardinal Kevin Farrell, an Irish-American cardinal, as president, and Italian Archbishop Filippo Ionano as secretary of the Commission for Reserved Matters. Now, this body itself was established in order to supervise certain contracts that the Vatican was awarding to groups and companies and even individuals. Its mission is to ensure transparency, control and fair competition. These appointments of this five-member group are seen as another step by Pope Francis to help bring about financial reform at the Vatican.
There is a continuing fallout from the dismissal of Cardinal Becciu at the Vatican last month. I know the National Catholic Register is reporting today that Pope Francis met with the Apostolic Nuncio to Australia to ask some questions about a bank transfer. What do we know about that?
We know very little at the moment, Tracy, but our colleague Ed Penton is reporting that the Pope met with Archbishop Adolfo Tito Ilana, and it's believed that the Pope summoned him here to the Vatican in Rome to ask him about a money transfer that was sent from the Secretariat of State at the Vatican to the Nunciature in Canberra, Australia. Now, Cardinal Angelo Becciu was Deputy Secretary of the State at the time, and Italian media is reporting that the transfer amount was for €700,000. That's $1 million Australian dollars. It was transferred around the time of the very high-profile and controversial sexual abuse case of Australian Cardinal George Pell, who was at the time carrying out transparency measures for money handling in the Vatican. Sources who are close to the register have been saying that Pope Francis has been asking more questions about what this money transfer was intended for when it got to Australia and where it actually ended up.
Colm, we've heard that Italian media is speculating that those funds could be linked with false witnesses in the case against Cardinal Pell. Is there anything to that? What have you heard?
Well, this is speculation at the moment, but yeah, Tracy, yesterday in comments to the Australian Financial Review, Cardinal Pell's lawyer, Robert Richter, he called for a proper investigation by all fiscal authorities to track the money coming to Australia. Now, Cardinal Pell and Cardinal Becciu were known to have clashed a number of times over financial issues here at the Vatican during Cardinal Pell's work on financial reform. As we all know, Cardinal Pell was convicted of abuse of minors. He spent 13 months in jail in Australia, but then all charges against him were overturned by Australia's highest court earlier this year. Now, last week, he returned to Rome, where it is believed he will resume work in some way in the Vatican. And Cardinal Angelo Becciu has strongly denied all the allegations, saying everything is a misunderstanding.
Well, Colm, thanks so much for following this story for us. We really appreciate it. Colm Flynn, EWTN News correspondent. Thanks again, Colm.
Thank you, Tracy.